Radio Raheem with Johnny Nelson. Another iconic night, I would say, being that the rematch really did prove something for Eubank. What do you think it said tonight?
You've got to give credit where credit's due. Eubank was roasted after January's performance when he said it was a miracle shot, and he was laughed at, he was mocked by 90% of the people. 90% of the people, including most of the people in here, me included, didn't think that he'd be able to do that. I actually thought, what else could he do? What else, unless he jumps on him straight away. And he turned it around completely. So the same way he got mocked, the same way you got to give him credit where credit's due. You got to praise him for that. Don't be talking about, Liam was this, that, and the other. Chris did the job. He beat him up and beat the fight out of him. Chris was caught with a shot and stopped. And it was a shot because nobody had ever seen Chris in that situation. Chris was probably the only one on his team to believe it was a lucky shot. You know, that's what you say when shit don't go your way. He proved that, and he proved it in a fashion. I said to everybody else, I think for Liam Smith to lose to another domestic fighter in such a fashion and not be able to deal with it. Do not be surprised if he sits up here, if he's coming to the press conference and say, I'm done, I'm out of this game. Don't all said it in a few weeks' time. Don't be surprised.
You think that's wise?
For Liam?
Yeah.
Liam's a very proud man. You know, he's a proud man to say, you know what, that was a big deal. And the fashion of the beating, you know, it's happened, it's on record for it to go that way. So don't be surprised. I'm telling you, just don't be surprised. I think he's got too much pride to be able to accept that. Say no.
Do you think there's an adjustment he could have made, or a way he could have approached the fight differently that may have brought a different outcome?
Chris beat him in every department. You know, he was sharper than him. He looked stronger than him. Fired the shots off. Put him down. Eventually started drilling, back him up. Liam's legs seemed unsteady at times, and it seemed that not at one point did Liam hit Chris, and you thought, ooh, you know, he's gone. We all, you know, sat back in anticipation, thinking, shit, has Chris gone? But not at one point through the fight did Liam hit Chris to think he's hurt him. Whereas there was a few points in the fight where it was the other way around, and so again, I just think that's how I think Liam will struggle with that.
We saw Ben ringside tonight. That fight could happen late in the year.
That fight was always happening. You know, even if Chris would have lost tonight, that fight was happening. That's two iconic names in British boxing. That it's just a case of when, not if.
Eubank was such a favorite before the first fight got called off.
Yeah.
Do you think that Conor Ben has a better chance now than he once did?
No, because Conor Ben's not boxed for over a year now, so we don't know where he is and you know what he'll look like. So you've got to go with what you've seen, and so again, you know, I suppose if Chris had lost today, he'd have been the B side of the Conor Ben fight. He won, so he's the A side of the Conor Ben fight. That's it. He puts a few more zeros on whatever money he commands on it. But I don't doubt for a second that fight won't happen. It's just what they do with the licensing laws in regards to Conor, where's the fight happen and how long they wait for, and who's going to put it on.
You think that's a wise choice for Ben? I mean, especially after being out a year?
I don't know. I don't really know. And you know, listen, all he could do is train and be in the gym. So, and if he really believes he'll tear him up, you know, that's his shout.
Lastly, you know, Spence has called for the rematch with Crawford.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's officially called it.
Same weight.
Well, I think it's probably at 154. They both agreed. If they both agree, but I expect that's what they'll agree to.
Oh dear. All right. Well, that's his call. Again, it's one of those situations where he was beaten in every department. So, what's going to change?
You think if it is 54, does that make a difference?
Well, he probably thinks it will, but damn, really. Listen, that's probably the only difference. It's like this fight here, where before it was made, I thought the only difference it could be is if Chris can negotiate a deal to make it a higher weight. He didn't, you know. I think it was so both fighters weighed accordingly. Still at a lower weight. But for Spence Crawford, will the weight make any difference? You look at the performance. It's the performance you look at, and the performance was Crawford absolutely outbeat him, outboxed him, out bamboozled him in every department. So what difference is the weight going to make?
Did you see Mike Tyson training in Ngannou this week?
Yeah. Mike Tyson, you know what? That guy's like, can you imagine having that kind of inspirations, that kind of knowledge, that kind of backing, from Mike Tyson. Rated. Doesn't listen. Mike's not going to get in the ring with you, so he can tell you a lot of things. You've got to implement it, so that's the difference.
You think he can make a difference? I mean, most people think.
No. Next question.
How long does that fight go? How long does it go?
As long as Tyson Fury wants it to go. No.
Well, I'd want this interview to go on forever, as we always have a good time, but it's late, and I'll let you get on. Radio Raheem with Johnny Nelson.